On the way of success, you will have your first fight, you will have your first war against the nature. You have to fight against those forces of the nature that are putting obstacles, that are putting hurdles on your way. Allah will put you in trial to testify your endurance, to testify your durability, to testify your determination, to testify your strength, to testify your patience. You have to undergo through such a trials. You have to pass through the furnace of the trials. And then only you can achieve success. You can meet your goals. You can meet your targets. If you want to excel in your life, you have to undergo through the tough time. As tough time, you will have this as better result you can have later on. I can put an example. A person who is going to have a job, he undergo through the interview. Suppose he is undergoing through the interview of the job for which he will get a 50,000 salary. You can guess about the worth of that interview. For a second, if we think that the same person is going for the interview to have a job, the 1 lakh salary, it will be little more stronger. And if the same person is going to get a job with a salary of 1.5 lakh, the interview will be a more stronger. And imagine if the same person is going to get a job of 5 lakh salary, and the interview will be a very stronger, very tough interview. If you want to get a more success, you have to undergo through more tough time. You have to give you more pains. You have to come with a stronger preparation. I would like to put an example of Virat Kohli, my favorite Indian batsman, cricketer. At the very beginning, when he was playing at the national level, he was in Australia. He came across the news that his father was expired. He was in Australia to play the cricket for his country, and he received this news from some sources that his father was expired. Virat Kohli called his coach and he asked about what to do next. He was very sorrowful because this thing was really painful, that a father for a son is everything for him. He asked from his coach that what to do next. His coach told him that Virat, your father has expired and it can never undone. This thing already happened and you can never change whatever happened. You can never bring changes, but you have to see ahead. You came here in Australia to represent your nation, to represent your country, to represent yourself. Your career is ahead. Your future is in your hand. Now you have to see. He fought. He played very well. He succeeded to win that match for his country. And now you see Virat Kohli. From a decades, he is the best cricketer. And he deserves that because he undergo through all the pains that are fundamental of the success. He undergo through all pains. I can put an example of myself. I remember I was a school going, at that time I was in a 3rd standard. My grandmother expired and I thought that I should have a leave from school. But my father, my papa told me that you need to go school. Your future is ahead. You have to observe the pains. I have a deep association with my grandmother. You have to observe those pains within you, and these pains will make you a successful only. Shahzad, as a motivational speaker, is sitting in front of you, is delivering a lecture on the motivations. As a successful person, as a successful life coach, as a successful trainer, I undergo through all those hardships. I undergo through all those pains that are mandatory, that are required for success. I have one more example. This is my suggestion for the parents. I remember when I was only for 4 years, me and my elder brother, we were not ready to go to school because we were not aware that for what purpose schools are actually. We just to think about this that schools are only to give the tough time. My papa asked us that from tomorrow you have to go to your school because we got an admission in the school. So me and my elder brother, we refused to go to school on the next day. When my mother prepared us well for the school and everything was ready, at the time we refused for that. We with the excuses that we will not go to the schools. We don't need to go to school. We had the excuses like that. My mother has complained to my papa, and the next day my papa has taken us to canteen, and that was a cotton factory canteen. So my papa has taken us to the canteen, and since my papa was on the next day, he was a night shift. So at the age of this infancy, we were not aware that what is going to be happen. My papa has bounded the canteen man that you need to ask these guys. They have to wash all the vessels of the canteen and never let them to sleep. My papa bounded that person, and seriously we could not sleep. At the age of 4 year and 5 year, we could not sleep for the whole night. We worked in the canteen. At that age we worked at the canteen, and the resultant was that on the very next day we were weeping in front of our mother, we were weeping in front of our papa, we were requesting that we need to go to school. And from that day we determined that study is a very easier, education is a more easier than encounter the real life. From that day we determined that we will qualify through each classes, we will secure a good position, and alhamdulillah we secured. And from my playgroup standard up to 10th standard, I secured first position in my class. So ladies and gentlemen, we need to know that life is not a bed of roses. You have to give a tough time to you. If you will give a tough time to you, then the results will be a very good. The results will be a very fruitful. One more example. I'm sorry, I'm the motivational speaker, but I'm something more than motivational speaker. In actual meaning, I'm a storyteller. I used to relate about the stories with my motivational quotes. One more example, I have a very strong, an iron lady, this Muniba Mazari, world famous motivational speaker. She belongs to Pakistan. She's a iron lady. She's a proud of Pakistan. She belongs to a Baloch family. In Baloch family, the daughters are not allowed to say no to their parents. They have to accept all their decisions. Muniba Mazari parents asked her to marry within his tribal family. She accepted that. She was not happy with her life. She accepted the decision of their parents, and that was a very painful life for her. And after 2 years, she got a car accident and she was very badly injured. Her both legs broken, spinal cord was damaged, and she got a very serious injuries. She laid on a bed for more than a year. She was very strong lady. That time was very painful for her. I'm putting all these things. I had listened these things from her interview. She used to wonder about this thing that why she have to bear this cruelty of the nature. why this happened with her. She have a lot of question with herself. This thing was game changer for her. Later on, she focused on herself. She improved herself. She started her new journey as a motivational speaker. He started with her own example. Now she's a world famous motivational speaker. And one more Iron Lady, Malala Yousafzai. She used to put speeches at the age of school. She used to put speeches on female education. And she was running this campaign in that area where females are not allowed to continue their studies. And one person, one terrorist, or we are not aware of that, she came across a terrorist attack, and she had a bullet in her brain. She remained in a coma for more than 6 years. And later on, the results were very fruitful. Now she is the world famous scholar, and even she received a Nobel Award for raising a voice for the female. She received a Nobel Award. So the thing to put the example about this, humans are very small. They have a very small or limited thinking about themselves. But Allah Kareem is there. You can plan a very small thing. You can make your planning about to purchase Mehran, and you don't know about the Allah plan. Allah may be definitely planning about Fortuner for you. But for that, you have to undergo through the pains, you have to undergo through the hardships. You have to cross all those obstacles and hardships and hurdles of the nature. And finally, success will be with you. That's it. Jazakallah.